maybe we can go into that a little bit.
Hmm.
How do you grow your influence in product? I think you're a manager of product managers.
Hmm.
What are some ways that you've seen good PMs grow into great PMs?
Got it. I've seen a couple of approaches. Again, it's kind of an it depends answer, right? And
Yeah.
it usually depends on the nature of the space, the cycle of the product you're in. So I'll give you an example. I worked on the Indian version of Prime Now. Uh, this was a product where we had a simple one-line problem statement. How do we deliver the maximum selection to customers within, say, 2 hours? Right. It was a super broad problem statement, and we were also trying to figure out how do we deliver groceries or some of the lowest margin products profitably. Now, when you start with such a blue sky statement, sometimes you tend to go bottoms up. Like we spent countless a number of hours in because we did not know who our customers were at that point in time when we got the problem statement. So we did a bottoms up approach. We spent countless hours at physical stores, local mom and pop stores, trying to figure out what is it that customers shop. How can we, who are we actually serving? What is the customer persona? What do they look for? And we came down to, like, say, three broad problem statements: speed, convenience, and pricing slash selection. And that's how we were able to narrow down a product to, say, an app. Like what's the easiest way to get a product to a customer is to find the closest space where that product is available, and deliver it to them within speed. And by applying some of the existing product frameworks, we were able to segment our customers into who would use our product, what would they use it for, what are the features they need, and that eventually developed into a Prime Now kind of a product. Now, I've also worked in a couple of other products, specifically around Amazon Business. That's the B2B version of Amazon,
Hmm.
where the problem statement was more top-down to begin with, right? Like, hey, we see this new market segment which is being unaddressed, which is basically your B2B customers.
Yeah.
How do we address their needs? How do we address um, their problems? Because asking them to shop one product at a time on the conventional Amazon.com website just doesn't work for them. Uh, so again, when I say top down, probably this was another bottoms up idea which someone developed before my time. But when I joined, the overall strategy of how Amazon Business as a business unit should function was more or less coming to us from the top, saying, hey, this is a very strategic space we would like to get into. And from that perspective, I think for me, I own a particular set of features within the overall Amazon Business unit. And once I knew what was the Uber strategy, the overarching strategy, I kind of went deep into listening to my customers on what they want, and specifically developing features for them. So
Yeah.
in short, to your question, right, how do we go about it? It can either be a bottoms up approach where you identify a problem and or you identify an opportunity and go after them,
Yeah.
or it could also be a top down approach where they have a more strategic view of a certain segment of customers, and you try to develop something very specific for that customer segment.